Why, hello there. I hope you guys are having a freaking fantastic day. Let me grab the headset because I'm never prepared for absolutely anything whatsoever. Hi. I hope you guys are having a good day. This is Dr. Morgan's counseling session. I have seen this a few times all over each.io, and I've also seen it on YouTube a few times. I did not watch it because it looked interesting at first, and I was like, I'm gonna skip past this. But I decided to play it because someone asked me to play it. But if you are new here, hi, I'm Voya. I take requests, and if you ask me to play something, I will definitely try to play it for you. Unless my computer can't run it, then unfortunately I can't play it for you. But anyways, let's get into this counseling session. Need to go see a therapist myself. Next. You snap out of your daze. All right, counseling. You step forward to the receptionist, wallet in one hand. A plastic insurance card lies between the index and the thumb as you dart your eyes around, avoiding eye contact. Name? Voya. Of course, I can't type because my freaking cord is on my it's on my freaking hand. Voya. Voya, checking in. You say hesitantly as you slide the card out and slide it across the counter. The receptionist lets out a huff or a sigh and takes your card. Don't you just hate when you go to the doctor's office and the receptionist has an attitude for absolutely no reason? You haven't done anything to this woman, and yet she got an attitude with you. That makes me really hate going to the doctor sometimes. The keyboard clicks loudly as you type your information in. Your hands get your debit card ready for the copay. You've rehearsed the words as you... I do this all the time too. You rehearse the words you say when they ask for payment, the exact movement you make, and the PIN number you type in after. And all right, you're all checked in. What? That has never happened to anybody. That's why how you know something scary is about to happen. Something creepy, something weird is about to happen. By the way, there are 4 endings to this. I will try to get absolutely every ending to this. And if I can't, I'm so sorry. You look at your insurance card and handing it back to you. You fumble with your wallet as you put your insurance card back into the slot. You nervously shuffle your feet, waiting for the receptionist to ask for the pay, for your visit, but they'll call you up. Excuse me. I'm trying to hold back a cough. They'll call you up when they're ready. Is there anything else I can help you with? Despite their words, they're not even turned towards you, sorting through files instead. No, it's nothing. You duck your head down and turn to find a seat in the waiting area with your debit card still pinched between your fingers. Why hadn't they asked for the pay, excuse me, like always, which is weird because usually you do have to have a copay for literally every doctor visit I've probably been to. I've had to have some kind of copay. A pit began to form in my stomach as you sat down. A pit began to form in my stomach as I sat down. Blah, blah, blah. I'm so sorry, y'all. Deep breath. Sometimes you gotta take a second. Fidgeting with your debit card, you ultimately decide to put it away and pocket your wallet. It's entirely possible that your insurance just covered the visit in entirety, right? No. Well, okay, so there are some places where your insurance can cover absolutely everything, but it's kind of weird that they didn't even mention if you didn't have insurance, because sometimes they'll even mention to you when you go to the doctor's office, if you don't have insurance, there is a copay. But if you do have insurance, she just took your information and said, yeah, the doctor will be with you, don't worry about it. However, despite being a frequent visitor here for over a year, this had never happened, not once. The time went by as you rested your hands on your knees, taking in the details of the ceiling. After a restless silence, the door to the office opened. Voya. A voice is unfamiliar, causing you to hesitate for a moment. That isn't my counselor. You look around nervously, your gaze falling on the receptionist from earlier. They catch your eye and raise an eyebrow before going back to their paperwork. Like, hello, help me. Is that the doctor? Anxiety starts to gnaw at you as you tighten your grip on your knees. I'm getting a bad feeling from this. Leave. Anytime you go to the doctor and you get a bad feeling, get out of there. Don't stay. Don't even be like, maybe I'm just nervous. No. Listen to your gut. Y'all need to start listening to your gut. Otherwise, y'all going to end up in somebody's trunk somewhere. This is way too much. You decide to leave and reschedule the counseling session. Getting up, you walk through the door into the parking lot. You can't shake the feeling of being watched as you unlock your car. Goosebumps rise on the nape of your neck once you lock your car. Yeah, absolutely. Get out of there. Did you lock the door before leaving? Was someone waiting in the back to kill you? Paranoia gets the better of you, and you check the back seat just in case. Don't jump scare me. Don't jump scare me. Oh, nothing's there. So, be a little transparent with y'all. I do this all the time. Anytime I'm in a car, even if I'm not the one driving, I still check the back seat because I've heard too many horror stories about people waiting in the back seat for you to get in your car and do terrible things to you. And some people don't really come back from that. So I'm just saying. Of course, there's nothing there. You lock the door. You need to check the back seats, you guys, when you get, especially if you live alone and, you were tired when you got in. It doesn't hurt to look in your back seat. It's never going to hurt to be extra cautious. It's going to hurt you when you're not cautious at all and, careful and safe. Of course, there's nothing there. You locked the doors when you left the car. No one could have gotten in without smashing a window or something. You start your engine and begin to drive out of the parking lot. As you pass by the entrance of the office, you spot a man smiling at you in the window. A chill runs down your spine. He smiles as he watches you leave. You quickly look away, focusing on driving. You grip on your driving wheel, and the driving wheel tightens, You feel sick. The pit of your stomach had only grown. Anxiety and paranoia crawling at the insides, wanting to escape. You could feel bile rising up your throat, but you kept it in. It seems your counselor will have to wait another day. Absolutely. If you don't feel safe, reschedule the appointment. That's all you got to do. So that's one of the endings. I almost forgot how to spell my name. Jesus, I was going to spell it Voiya. Jesus, Voya. Checking in. We did all this. What? Insurance card. Come on. I don't want to hit the full skip button. Actually, yeah, because we could leave. Yeah, they asked us to leave. We entered this time. Voya, you there? The door opens wider. You get up and walk over, entering the office. Yeah, I'm here. This sounds just like me, I swear. I'd be nervous, and I have real bad anxiety. I have GAD, generalized anxiety disorder. So, this would be me 100%. Yeah, I don't trust you. You're greeted by a man with blonde hair and lively brown eyes. Oh, splendid. Right this way. I don't trust you. He's giving me like creep vibes. He leads you down the hallway. It's an uncomfortable long walk with a couple of turns and down some stairs. You had no idea the office building was so big. You never had to venture this far in before. The man walked with a brisk pace, occasionally looking over your shoulders over his shoulder, with a smile to make sure you were keeping up. This is giving me anxiety. His pace as well as the distance you were walking started to tire you out a bit, so he slowed down and walked next to you. How are you today? Look at that. You can't trust that. There is no way you can trust that. The question made you jump a bit. I'm okay. You weren't sure of the answer yourself. See? If I ever go to a therapist, a counselor, whatever you want to call it, and I feel uncomfortable or they're giving me anxiety, making me stumble over my words, I'm not being able to think properly, I'm nervous, I'm scared, I'm paranoid, I would probably leave first, because any therapist I've ever seen never gave me this vibe. But the fact that you already have this vibe before you even talk to this person, absolutely not. But sometimes your paranoia, everybody has it. Sometimes your paranoia can get the best of you. And I get that. But you shouldn't feel like this. He picked up on your tone, nodding. The silence that settled between you two felt awkward. Eventually, the both of you stopped at a door. The unfamiliar man took out some keys and thumbed through them, looking for the right key to unlock the door. I was gonna sneeze. I'm good. You took your time to look at the door. Strangely enough, it didn't have a nameplate. What? Like all the others. It doesn't have a nameplate? I would have been gone. Absolutely not. It was blank. Please comment down below what you would have done. I would have been gone. There is just no way. I would have been too terrified. It was blank where the name should be, as if the writing had been recently rubbed out or cleaned off. Ah, there we go. His voice snaps you out of your observation. He's holding the door open, waiting for you. The room is dark. And you didn't turn the lights on? You should have entered first. I don't know where the lights are. This is your office. Nope. I would have been gone. The pit of your stomach grows, anxiety gnawing at you step inside the room. Light withdraws as he closes the door. The air is cold, sending a chill down your spine as you sprint to try and make sense of the surroundings. Oh, I forgot to turn the lights on. How silly of me, he says with a feather-light laugh. No, absolutely not. I'd have been like, yeah, can you go turn the lights on, please? I don't like the dark, especially because I'm afraid of the dark, too. His voice echoes around the room. Suddenly, light floods the room. That scared me. That made me jump, actually. What the? The room was almost entirely empty, save by a plastic table and some metal chairs. Concrete walls and pillars surrounded you. Metal pipes running along the ceiling? No, I would have been gone. You were definitely underground somewhere. This was most certainly not your counselor's office. Before you could say anything, the man walks in front of you, fidgeting slightly. He seems a bit embarrassed. A slight blush dusted his cheeks. I can't help but say he's cute. He's so cute, but he's so scary. A slight blush dusted cheeks as he shyly avoids eye contact. Sorry, my budget isn't big enough to furnish my office, he says sheepishly. Nope, I couldn't do it. I'd be like, oh my God, you're so cute, but I gotta go. Guiding you to the table. Your budget is the least of my worries right now. Wait, sorry, this isn't my... You say, stepping away from the man. He gives you a puzzled look before smiling again. Oh, I didn't introduce myself yet. I'm Oliver Morgan, 26 years old. And I'm older than you? I would have been gone. Nope. Like, no, there's no... I want an old man that looks like he's wrote a few books in his life, that knows what he's going through and stuff like that. Nope. And I would prefer, personally, maybe it's just because I'm a girl, I would prefer to speak to a woman before I speak to a man. But that's just me. That's just me, though. Though, since you're my patient, excuse me, that'll be Dr. Morgan. Morgan is just fine. Though, he says, reaching out to shake your hand. You pull away, holding your hand close to you. No, that's not what I was going to say. You aren't my usual therapist. Hush phone. I think there was a mistake, excuse me. I have to go. The smile falls from his face, though his eyes still have a glint in them. You turn your back to him and towards the door. You begin to turn the handle, except... What? You jiggle the handle again, and again. It won't turn. That's scary. Why isn't it... Is this locked? Did you lock the door? You turn around to look at him. Morgan is uncomfortably close, standing 2 or 3 feet away, leaning forward. This is getting scary. He about to about to slit your throat. His face was a few inches away from yours as he boxed you in with one of his arms. A calm smile was still plastered on his face, though it seemed like his expression was starting to falter. Voya, come on. Just take a seat and we can... He reaches for you again. Y'all know what I'm finna do. I'll punch your... Don't you ever touch me. You punch him away before winding your arm back. You push him away before winding your arm back to punch him right in the face. That's exactly what you need to do. Morgan falls to the floor with a thud. Well, that was easy. Kneeling down, you shove your hand into his pockets, grabbing the keys, turning back towards the door to go through the keys and try them one by one. Absolutely, get out of there. With each passing moment, you can feel your heart rate picking up. Why are there so many damn keys? The one with the rhinestone, the one with the blue rhinestones. You want the one with the blue rhinestones, excuse me. Oh, thanks. Yeah, thank you for helping me. I'm getting out of here. Wait, what? You turn around and Morgan is standing up, rubbing the side of his head. Ugh, that hurt. I didn't think you could punch so hard, he murmurs before smiling at you. You put the key between your fingers as a sort of a key knuckle weapon. Yeah, you about to get it. Morgan stares at you, tilting his head. Let me go. Let me leave. You can't stop your voice from shaking. Morgan takes a step forward. Boy, you messing with the right one, because you about to get it. You lunge at him, aiming at his stomach. He grabs your arms with ease, yanking you down. The momentum sends you hurtling into the door, excuse me. You groan, trying to straighten yourself up. Your grip excuse me. Your grip had the keys loosened. I'm gonna sneeze. You making me sneeze, Morgan. The grip you had on the keys loosened, the keys sitting loosely in your palm now. Morgan kneels down, taking the keys off your hand and putting them back in his pocket. Now then, where were we? He says with a smile. You sit up, looking up at him fearfully disoriented. You know what? Nope. There would be no disoriented. There would be no fear. I'd be like, I don't need them keys. What's up? Like, I've been fighting. I've been fighting for my life. Morgan reaches his hand out for you to take. Left with no other option, you take his hand. He helps you stand up and steady yourself, his other hand hovering on the small of your back. Morgan gently takes your hand and leads you to the table, seating you in an uncomfortable metal chair. He sits across from you, a small clipboard with a file set on the side. Excuse me, I was gonna sneeze again. I'm still recovering from COVID, so I have sneezes. My nose is stopped up. I know you can hear it a little bit as I'm talking, and I'm like have this unbearable dry cough that just never goes away. I don't know what's going on, but I feel better. I just don't feel better. So forgive me if I'm sneezing and coughing and stuff. I'm trying to stay as far away from and mute myself when I do it. But sometimes I don't get to the mic in time. He sits across from you, a small clipboard and a file set on his side of your table. Sit on his side of the table, excuse me. Morgan takes a second to grab something from under his seat and rubs it on his face. When he turns to face you again, the injury you left him with is mostly gone. You nervously stare at him as he organizes the table. Morgan notices your stare and blushes a little. Don't blush at me because I can't trust you. You're cute, but you're scary cute. Before coughing and grabbing a file. So, anxiety, huh? He says, flipping through the file. Yeah, of course, it's anxiety. Was he seriously going to try and be my counselor? Is this guy even licensed? So tell me about it. What makes you so anxious? I got a lot to say. You ain't gonna want to hear it. You give him an incredulous look. You're not gonna like what I say. What's making me anxious is that there's a guy pretending to be my counselor and not letting me leave. Morgan just smiles and sets down the folder, clasping his hands together. I can see that you're hesitant to trust me, excuse me. He begins carefully choosing his words. There's nothing he can really say right now that would have made me, I'm just thinking of myself personally in this situation. There'd have been nothing he could say personally that would have made me feel like, okay, well, maybe I can trust you a little bit. No, I would have been like, I'm uncomfortable. I'm ready to go. I wouldn't even win in the room, but that's just me. But all I want is what's best for you. I want to help you, Voya. His tone is earnest as he speaks. You grit your teeth, crossing your arms and furrowing your brows to try to seem intimidating. How can I trust you? I don't even know who you are. I come here expecting my usual counselor, and then you show up, leading me into, what is this, a parking garage? It's my office, he corrects me. Yeah, your office that's under the building and surrounded by concrete walls. I told you they didn't give me much of a budget, he mumbles. Whatever this place is, you bring me here and you lock the door like a maniac. Morgan frowns a little bit, playing with the edge of the paper on the clipboard. Looks like he had nothing to say to that. What's even on that file you have? You asked, reaching out. I was gonna say she asked, but of course she did ask. Morgan pulls the file away, holding it out of reach. It's your information. I'm your counselor now, so nope. Refuse his help. We're refusing his help. Absolutely not. I'm leaving. Like hell you are. Give me that. You stand up and try to grab the file again. You catch the edge of the file, pulling it towards you. The contents come loose and spill onto the table. Pictures of you scatter at the table. They're all small Polaroids, each labeled with the date and a description of your face or expression that you were making. What the hell? What the hell is this? You say, picking one up. You look up at Morgan, who's staring impressively. The glint in his eyes has vanished. Oh, we made him mad. Pictures of you, obviously. You don't touch them so carelessly, he adds, reaching into his pocket. You back away fearfully, dropping the photo. Morgan simply takes out a pair of gloves, slipping them on. He's about to strangle you. He's about to strangle me. He picks the photos up carefully, organizing them and placing them into the file. Maybe I'm paranoid. Maybe I'm just paranoid. But I don't trust him. Once they were back where they belonged, Morgan sighed, running his gloved hand through his hair. Ugh. My head hurts. He groans slightly. He looks tired. You could probably knock him out. Yeah, this is what I'd be thinking. Like, yeah, I could take him. He doesn't look like he's strong enough. Looks like I'll have to go at plan B, he says, reaching under his seat. Plan B? Your chest tightens with anxiety as you back away from the table. Yep. Honestly, We could have done this the easy way, but, what a shame. What? I knew it. See? You see why I said go with your gut? I don't care if this is a game. If this was real life, I would have been, I ain't going in that room. I don't, absolutely not. Morgan walks around the edge of the table, fastening a mask to his face. A cloth hangs out of his pocket. Now then, hold still, will you? He says, taking the cloth in one hand before lunging at you. He's on top of you in an instant, your hand gripping his wrist, keeping the cloth away from your face. A slightly sweet smell wafts towards you. You can't read Morgan's expression, but his eyes, blacken as you resist. He wasn't expecting you to struggle so much. Managing to push him off, you crawl towards the door to try to get away from Morgan. A hand grasps your ankle, yanking you back. Let me go, you shriek, kicking him in the face as hard as you can. That's right. Kick him in the face. Morgan lets out a grunt when you kick him square in the face. His grip on your ankle loosens. You quickly pull away and stand up. Not wasting this chance, you tackle him to the floor, grabbing the cloth and shoving it under his mask. He shoves you off of him, standing up and ripping the mask off. Morgan seems dazed as he staggers, holding himself with the table. Whatever you put on his face, whatever you put on his face earlier wore off, exposing his injury. That's right, because guess what? We wasn't going to let you do all this. You were done. We was about to, absolutely not. There was no way I was about to let him get me like this. See, I'm glad there's a game that didn't like end up like, oh, but you struggled so much, and then the man just like overpowered you and you couldn't do anything. No, we beat the out of him. Ugh, that seriously hurt, he mumbles before collapsing. Hopefully for good this time. You approach him, checking to make sure he was actually knocked out this time. Morgan was definitely knocked out. Grabbing the keys, you find the keys with the blue rhinestone and unlock the door. Yes, but it's his fault for telling me which one I needed. You run out, finding the exit as fast as you could. You run past the receptionist, who gives you a questioning look as you leave. Quickly spotting your car, you unlock and jump in, making sure to lock the door. Turn the engine on. You grip the steering wheel as tightly as you sped out of the parking lot and away from the office. Ending 3. Okay, so that's 2 endings we got so far. So I'm so happy that they just like let me fight the whole time, because when I tell you that I would have been angry if they didn't. So let's stay still. But if they didn't let me fight at least once, I'd have been so angry. Morgan gently takes his hand and leads you to the table, seating you at the uncomfortable metal chair. Excuse me. He sits across from you, a small clipboard and a file set on his side of the table. You nervously stare at him as he organizes the table. I think we read all this already. Yep. Trying to be your counselor, is he even licensed? What makes you so anxious? Yeah, we've read all of this. So I think we could, I don't want to skip it. It's my office. Yeah. Accept Morgan as your counselor. You sigh, letting your arms fall to your side. You were too tired to argue anymore. You know what? Sure. You're my counselor for today. Morgan's face immediately lights up at your words. His smile returns. I'm glad you accepted me. That makes me really happy, Voya. Did he have to say it in such a creepy way? Morgan clears his throat, his gaze suddenly serious despite his smile. Well, let's begin, shall we? He says, leaning forward a little. What's been bothering you, Voya? You gulp. You still felt a little hesitant to tell this stranger your problems. It had taken you a while to truly open up to your usual counselor as well. Hopefully Morgan wouldn't be too upset if you end up clamming up. Well, and we go through our problems. Just recently moved. I'm tired all the time. I'm sick. I'm catching stuff that I shouldn't be catching because I never leave the house. Like, it's ridiculous. I mean, my booty clean, of course. We shower, but we still depressed. A sigh escapes as you lean back into your chair. You can explain the surface issues of your anxiety. Yep. I mean, see, that's the surface issue of my anxiety. But as long as your booty clean, you good. You good. Morgan has listened intently, occasionally jotting down notes and offering surprisingly insightful advice every now and then. He was truly kind and understanding. It was like he knew you for a long time. Yeah, because he's been watching you. Actually, now that I think about it, has you seen him somewhere before? Dr. Morgan, you begin, but his mumbling cuts you off. I see. So that's how it is. He murmurs, his eyes scanning the notes he took. I think that he really just wants to get to know me. And maybe this is just me trying to find the good in people type of thing. But I don't think he really wants to hurt me. You shift uncomfortably in your seat as he took a moment to read over his papers. Even though he was as he was caring and helpful, this was as much as you were willing to let him know for now. I feel like there's still some things that you are keeping from me, but your hands nervously played with the hem of your clothes as he speaks. It looks like our time is up, he says, standing there. Huh? What? Did you want to talk to me more? His voice is playful as he pushes the chair in. No, that's not what I meant. You stumble over your words as you walk over and holding his hand out in front of you. Oh, he's so nice. Now, he's nice now. That doesn't mean I still, ouch. That doesn't mean I like him. You take his hand and Morgan helps you up. His hand ghostling over your lower back as he walks you out of the room. And he let me go this time. I'm your counselor, remember? He reminds me as he guides me up the stairs and down the hallway. I'm always here if you need to talk. Right. Yeah. I guess you are, you mumbled, the carpet pattern suddenly more interesting than looking at Morgan's face. Wait, does that mean I'll be seeing you again? You can feel Morgan's eyes on you, his laugh echoing down the halls as two of you walked. Of course. You didn't have to laugh. I mean, a silence falls on the two of you. And I like how the music got all happy and stuff. Like, this is supposed to be happy. This isn't happy. Don't make this happy. This is a psychopath. A silence falls on you two. The gears in your head turning. You had a lot of questions. However, when you opened your mouth to ask about something, Morgan had opened the door to the reception area. You look back at him and simply smiles. He simply smiles. See you soon, Voya. Yeah, see you soon, Dr. Morgan. You set up a follow-up session with the receptionist before leaving. As you walk to your car, you can feel eyes boring into your back of your head. You can't shake the feeling of being watched as you unlock the car and get in. Goosebumps rise on the nape of your neck as you settle into your car. Paranoia gets the better of you, and you check the back seat just in case. Okay, nothing's there. Of course, nothing's there. We locked the door before we went in. You start the engine and begin to drive out of the parking lot. As you pass the entrance of the office, you spot Morgan smiling at you in the window. He waves as he watches you leave. You quickly look away, focused on driving. You grip on the driving wheel, making your knuckles pale. That wasn't so bad, I guess, but I never got a chance to ask what happened to my usual counselor. Oh God. See? It was happy at first. It's not happy. Ugh. I forgot about you. Looks like you're finally awake. Look at his face. You can't trust that. No way. I briefly consider removing the gag from the counselor's mouth before backing away. Okay, so we're Morgan. It's truly a shame that you don't carry your office keys with you, good sir. I had to bring Voya to this dingy parking garage that I set up last minute. No, well. And she followed through and stayed anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Kneeling down in front of the counselor, I tied the plastic bag I held over his head. Well then, you should take a while for you to suffocate to death. Oh my God. Why don't I go over what I learned today while we wait? Taking a seat in the metal chair, I flipped through the notes and I took during the counseling session. Ah, Voya, I can't wait to see you again. Look at that look on his face. Which ending is this, too? So we got 3 endings now. Okay. That was a scurry. I'm going to try to go back in and get the... we'll just say V this time. Was there any extra thing that we could choose doing this? No, there was no extra thing that we could choose doing that. I just wanted to see if there was something we could choose. Enter... stay still this time. Didn't we stay still last time? Yeah, we stay still. Okay, yeah. Morgan gently takes his hand. Okay, yeah, we did this already. Refuses help. Like, hell, give me that. We stand up and grab the thing, catches the edge of the files, pulling it towards you. Yeah, we did all this. What the hell? I'm just going through it, you guys, real quick. You back away fearfully, dropping the photo. Morgan simply takes out a pair of gloves, slipping them on. He picks the photo up carefully, organizing them. Okay, once you were trying to find, like, if something new comes up. Okay, he went with plan B. Plan B, your chest tightens. And this time, we did not punch him, so he's not dazed, as he was the last time. So this could be the 4th ending. Hopefully. If not, then I think we have to punch him, then accept his help, and then maybe something changes. Yep, honestly, we could have done this the easy way, but he puts his mask on. Now hold still, will you? Okay, he lunges at you. He's on top of you in an incident, and he's gripping your wrist. The cloth away, keeping the cloth away from your face. I'm sorry that I'm going through it like this. I just want to get to the new stuff and not the stuff that we've already read before. Slightly sweet smell waft towards you. You can't read Morgan's expression, but his eyes darken as you resist. He wasn't expecting you to struggle as much. You managed to push him off. Okay. As he gripped your ankle. Let me go, you shrieked. No. Oh no. I will call you back. Let me get through this. Morgan lets out a grunt when you kick him, but he remains tight as he drops. Tight as he drops his full weight on your back, pinning you down. Shh, he whispers, pressing the cloth to your nose and mouth. You try to hold your breath, thrashing and struggling to get him off of you, but it's futile. Eventually, it feels like your lungs will burst. You inhale the sweet scent of the cloth, feeling a slight headache and dizziness as sleep overtakes you. Yep, there's the 4th ending. Okay, we got all the endings. Thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it. I need to go take that phone call, and I will see all you guys in the next video. Peace and love. And let me know what you guys think of this thing. I really enjoyed this. This was funny. It was hilarious. I loved it. But I love hearing you guys' input on these games, because they come up with these real plot twists, and it's crazy. So thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it. Go show the creators some love too, and I will see all you in the next video. Peace and love.